We begin this story knowing that the ground in Port Charles is never still for long. And when someone like Valentin starts moving again, the tremors tend to reach every corner. We are speaking as observers who have watched him disappear, hide, and calculate before. And now we sense that another careful plan is unfolding. Our opening thought is simple but heavy with implication. Valentin is on his way to Wyndemere, and this trip is not sentimental, not impulsive, and not random. It feels purposeful, sharpened by fear for his daughter and driven by unfinished business that can no longer be ignored. Not long ago, many of us were already speculating about Valentin leaving Carly's attic. That space never felt like a permanent solution, only a pause. Valentin is not a man who survives by staying still. He survives by anticipating danger and meeting it before it strikes. Once he slipped out of that hiding place, it was likely that he would head somewhere layered with secrets, somewhere large enough to swallow him whole. Wyndemere fits that need perfectly. It is isolated, complex, and soaked in history. For Valentin, it offers both cover and opportunity. We believe the true spark for this move comes from Charlotte. Valentin's relationship with his daughter has always been his emotional anchor, the one thing that cuts through his darker instincts. If Charlotte indeed shared details of her conversation with Sidwell, then everything changes. Valentin would not hear that information as casual concern. He would hear it as a warning bell. From his point of view, Sidwell is no longer a distant threat. Sidwell becomes a predator circling children, including Charlotte and Ace. Once that line is crossed, Valentin's restraint disappears. We think he likely concluded that waiting would only give Sidwell time to tighten his grip. So we see Valentin choosing offense over defense. Instead of hiding and hoping Sidwell looks elsewhere, Valentin moves toward him. Wyndemere becomes the battlefield, even if that battle is fought quietly in shadows and locked rooms. Valentin's intention, at least at first, is possibly very narrow. He wants Sidwell neutralized. He wants his daughter safe. Everything else is secondary. Yet we also suspect that Valentin's plan is layered, because it always is. Going to Wyndemere only to confront Sidwell would be reckless. Staying there opens other doors. One of those doors leads to the idea of a new hiding place. Wyndemere is fushed, old, and full of forgotten passages and unused rooms. Valentin could hypothetically disappear inside it without anyone realizing he is there. Sidwell might think he controls the house, but that does not mean he knows every corner of it. Even Pascal, the caretaker, could be kept in the dark if Valentin is careful enough. We imagine Valentin moving through Wyndemere like a ghost, learning its rhythms, watching who comes and goes, listening more than speaking. This would suit him. Living in secret is something he knows how to do, and this time, the secrecy serves two purposes. It protects him from enemies like Brennan, and it gives him a front-row seat to Sidwell's operations. From there, Valentin can decide when and how to strike. Then there is Anna. The possibility that Valentin discovers Anna is being held at Wyndemere adds emotional weight to everything. If Valentin stumbles onto this truth, it would likely shake him deeply. Anna is not just an ally or a former lover. She represents a part of his life where he believed redemption was possible. Finding her imprisoned would confirm his worst fears about how far Sidwell is willing to go. Still, We do not think Valentin rushes into a rescue. That may seem cold, but it is realistic. Freeing Anna too soon could expose Valentin's presence and destroy his leverage. We believe he would be torn, shocked, and furious, but also disciplined enough to wait. Hypothetically, he might decide that saving Anna must come after dismantling Sidwell's power. Otherwise, the danger simply resurfaces in another form. As Valentin settles into Wyndemere, his focus likely shifts to information. He will want proof, something tangible that could destroy Sidwell quietly. This leads us to Sidwell's private rooms. Valentin searching Sidwell's space is not about curiosity. It is about ammunition. He wants evidence that can be used without revealing himself. Every drawer, every locked cabinet, every hidden file becomes a potential weapon. We can easily imagine Valentin discovering more than he expected. Among the most explosive possibilities are the photographs Sidwell used to blackmail Laura and Sonny. These images are not just scandalous. They are leverage that has shaped recent power dynamics in Port Charles. If Valentin finds them, he instantly holds something valuable, not just against Sidwell, but in negotiation with others. At this point, Valentin's plan could expand again. Stealing those photos would serve multiple goals. First, it would strip Sidwell of his ability to control Sonny and Laura. Second, it would give Valentin a bargaining chip. We think it is very likely that Valentin would approach Sonny with an offer. Protection for Charlotte in exchange for the photos. This would be a clean trade in Valentin's eyes. He does not ask for money or influence. He asks for safety for his child. From Sonny's perspective, this deal makes sense. Without the photos, Sidwell loses his hold. Sonny regains control and possibly gains justification to move against Sidwell directly. We suspect Sonny would not hesitate long. Once he has the advantage, Sonny tends to act decisively. Sidwell's downfall could follow quickly after that. As Sidwell's power collapses, the situation with Anna changes again. With Sidwell neutralized or gone, Valentin would finally have the opening to free her. We see this rescue as intense but quiet, driven by urgency rather than spectacle. Valentin would get Anna out, ensure she is safe, and then vanish again before questions can be asked. And yet, even after doing all of this, we do not see Valentin stepping back into the light. That is the tragedy of his arc. Even when he does the right thing, the danger does not end. Brennan remains a looming threat. Brennan's pursuit of Valentin has been relentless, and it is very possible that Brennan would have no idea Valentin was responsible for Anna's rescue. If Anna chooses not to reveal Valentin's role, either to protect him or herself, Brennan continues hunting a ghost. So our ending is not a reunion or a celebration. It is quieter and more somber. Valentin may succeed in protecting Charlotte, eliminating Sidwell's threat, and saving Anna, but he still cannot come home. We imagine him watching from a distance, knowing his actions mattered, but also knowing his freedom is still out of reach. In closing, we see this storyline as one of calculated sacrifice. Valentin does not act for glory or forgiveness. He acts because his daughter is in danger and because he cannot ignore injustice when it is placed directly in front of him. Possibly, he will remain hidden longer than anyone expects. Likely, he will continue shaping events from the shadows. Hypothetically, his absence may become just as powerful as his presence. And as we look ahead, we are left with the uneasy sense that Valentin's story at Wyndemere is not an ending at all, but another turn in a long, dangerous road he cannot stop walking.